Hey there, everybody. This portion of the video is for the grade 7-8 teachers, and we are just looking at making sure that your data for the students are in place. So any kind of marks or comments or learning behavior codes, CURS, are, are in place and there's no blanks anywhere. So let's just take a quick look how you do that. And since you're doing report cards anyway, it's really good just to take a quick look and see if it's in there. What happens is if there are blanks, that it comes back from the province as an error, and then we have to come back to you and say what happened with this student, or back to the school. And we would rather not do that because that usually happens in September and October when everybody's really busy. So we want to let's get this cleaned up right away, and then we don't have to worry about it. So I happen to be in let's get into a English class here. This is a 7-8 report card. And you can see here, this happens to be term 3, so the teacher may not be finished yet. You can see there's a lot of blanks. There's no comments in there yet. And there's no codes put into the learning behaviors yet. And that's fine. We're still in T3. But let's take a look at T2. And just a quick little just snap back. Just take a second to go take a look at T2. And you can see right away here, there's a couple students that are missing. And that's what would return as an error. So we would have to find out from the school in September and October what's going on with these particular students. Now, they may be actually not in your school anymore, so you might have to get them unenrolled, but there's some options there. And then you can see all the rest looks good. We have our overall grade is in there. And then we want to make sure we have comments in there. And then we also want to make sure that the codes are in for the learning behaviors. So you can see very easily that there's blanks there, and we want to get those filled in. And we can also take a look at T1 as well. So for grade 7-8 teachers, that's how you do it. Very quickly, you can zip through, make sure all the marks and comments and codes are put in, and then we won't have any issues. Okay, so let's move over to a high school report card, grades 9 to 12. Okay, so I'm now in a high school report card. So we're going to take a look at basically the same thing. I happen to be in S1. So this is important to make sure that you're in the right category here. So you can see this happens to be a semester 1 class. And how do we do that? We just simply go back to where we were before in the grade 7-8 report card. You can go to standards. It's really easy to do. You clip or you pop right in here. So I happen to be in S1. This is just pulling out the report card mark. Bam. You can see there's no blanks here. This is not part of your comments and so on. Do not go into S1. If you remember, it always goes into the Qs. So this looks good here. And then if I flip over to Q2, which is a report card, we pop into Q2 right there. You can see that there's comments in there. So this would be kind of the year-end report card. And then you can also see the codes for the learning behaviors are also in there. Okay, and if we go over to Q1, this would be the first report card. Did I hit Q1? Yeah. So this would be the first, like the kind of the fall report card. So you can see that's in there. That looks good. All the marks and the comments are in there. So there would be no error. You can see there's no blanks, so no errors would come back from the province saying that, hey, you got to fix this. So that's perfect. And then if you are in a year-long class, same thing applies. You go through all the different the quarters and make sure that there are comments in there as well. Okay, this happens to be a year-long course that we're going to be looking at here. And by the 22-23, what do we look at here? Same kind of idea. I'm going to go over to the standards. And this particular, I'm in X2, so this particular student does not have an exam here. We would have to put something in there for that exam. So the teacher will have to either put in ND or there's different codes that you can put in there. Let's take a look at the codes, special codes. There's NE, no exam applies, and then there's a no mark for final exam. So one of those two, I'm not too sure which code works. That you might have to talk to the secretary about. But we can't leave it blank. The province will send back an error report on that. Then we can also go to Q1, and you'll see that this particular student, let's go out of here. We want to go to standards. Yeah, this particular, I'm going to make this less here. There we go. You can see here that this particular student has a comment, has a mark, and then the learning behaviors are set up or entered. And then Q2, same thing. So it's very quick just to do a quick little walk through, make sure that you have all the information in there. You can see that it's Q3 and then of course Q4. And Q4 might not be done because the teacher's probably just working on that now. So you can see that it's not quite finished yet. So if you wouldn't mind taking a quick look at your courses, make sure all the information is put in for each student. If there's a blank, make sure maybe that student is no longer in your school. You might have to unenroll them, or you might have to put in NDs or NAs for that particular student. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye-bye.